Talk to somebody about like how crazy it was. No, I wasn't expecting that. Interesting. That's like the only word I can use to explain it. It was an interesting book. Hi guys, I realized I never filmed an intro for this video, so hi, hello, welcome back. This week I am reading spooky, Halloween-y, October-esque books. I picked 3 books to read. I'm hoping that this will either give you guys some inspo for like some more Halloween books to read before the season ends, or if you've read them, you can like see my thoughts. We can talk about them. Please let me know if you've read these in the comments. I'm like really want to talk to people about some of these books, specifically the last one I read. I just need to talk to somebody about like how crazy it was. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoy this video so much. Also, side note, my hair is short now, but the first like 2 clips of this video is before I cut my hair, so it's really long. I will address the haircut in this video, but just letting you guys know, when it jumps to me with like long hair, I just cut it. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Currently at my aunt's house on the lake, which is probably what you can hear, the lakeness behind me. I'm on chapter 20 and I literally think I'm about to finish this book, but I'm just gonna read with you guys. So first things first, to cut my hair. Surprise! I just know there's probably such a drastic difference between the last clip of me and this clip. My hair is much shorter, so cut my hair. First thing. Second, I think I'm gonna finish this today. I don't have that much left. I'm making dinner right now, so I'm just gonna sit down and crank out as much as I can while it's cooking, eat, and then probably read before bed. So there's a very high chance I finish this book right now. Honestly, it's taken a fun twist. Like the thing that just happened, I literally stopped in the middle of a chapter, literally stopped right there, although it was like a page break, so kind of wasn't, but I stopped because I had an appointment. I was just reading before that, but what it stopped at, like, kind of took me by surprise. Like, she kind of threw a little twist in there I wasn't expecting. So I'm really excited to finish this, see how it goes, give you guys a review, but that definitely has like intrigued me more, so I'm like itching to start reading again. Honestly, I just really want to see what happens. So getting back into it, let you guys know when I finish. Let's talk about the XX. I did finish it 2 days ago. First and foremost, I gave this book 3 stars, right? I'm pretty sure I gave it 3 stars on Goodreads. Still, I would say 3 stars. It was good. It was really fun for Halloween. I loved how like Halloween-y witchy it was. And I think it's really fun to read like during the Halloween October season. However, it's nothing crazy. This is like a second chance romance, but it's a second chance romance without a past timeline, which I know is definitely a thing, but every time I read a second chance romance, I feel like it always has a past timeline, and this one didn't. This one was just the present. They would talk about the past, but I feel like we didn't get much about kind of like their past, so I feel like they were telling me, not showing me, and I never really felt their connection like I wish I would have. My other little bone to pick with it is just like the smut or like the spice of the book just never hit. It's always just kind of like awkward, and there was like not really a lot, but then there was like a lot. It was really, it didn't make sense to me. Also, I'm coming off of reading Heartless by Elsie Silver, which if you know, you know. And yeah, just very different from that. There is smut in this book, like it is spicy, but I don't know how to explain it. It's just kind of like, I don't really know how else to explain that. Just kind of meh. As for what I liked about this book, I loved the setting. I loved all of the little like I always forget this word. I don't want to say tasks. That's not it. Missions, like just little things they had to do. I think that part was really fun. There was a bit of a twist. Not really a twist, but there was just one little reveal where I was like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. And then the reveal at the end also kind of wasn't expecting that too, low key. So like she did kind of get me with those, which obviously like kept me on my toes a little bit. I really, really loved our side characters. So our main character is Vivian, and then it's her aunt and her cousin. And I loved both of them. I just enjoyed the witchiness of it all. It was very fun, very Halloween-y. How many times have I said that? Sorry. So definitely recommend if you want like a Halloween-y book, but it's not like the best book I've ever read. So on to our next read, Butcher and Blackbird. I got this at Target. Hold on. My mom called me in the middle of that, so I had to answer, but let's get back where we were. I am now reading Butcher and Blackbird. I am so excited. I've had this book for a couple months, but I knew I needed to wait until like the spooky season, fall season to read it. I started it last night. I read 2 chapters, I think. And already I'm excited about it. Definitely kind of gory. Like, not in like a bad way, because it's like funny, but yeah, a little like, ooh. Very dark romance, which that's like the whole point, so I'm not surprised. But yeah, I'm gonna keep reading. I'll update you guys when I'm about halfway or close to halfway. For now, I'm gonna change, make some dinner, clean, because I have guests coming, my mother, this weekend, and then I will catch up with you guys when I am reading. I just filmed this entire clip from over there because I was trying to like change up the angle. Terrible idea. The lighting is so bad. So we're gonna stick to this angle where the window is. Let's talk about thoughts. So far, Goodreads says I'm like 50% of the way done. I think I'm like 60% done. Maybe not, but I wanted to update you guys one more time before I finish it. That's probably the next time I'll talk to you about the book itself. I am enjoying it. As for the characters, I do really like them. I don't feel connected, like super connected to either of them, but I do like them. And I like their like friends to lovers trope. I think it's so sweet, and like just knowing that they care for each other and, you know, just like want to get to know each other on like a deeper level. It's really cute. I also really love like the game aspect of this book. If you guys have watched any of my videos about books, you know I love fantasies and I love trials and I love like missions, and that aspect has kind of been brought into this because they're playing like this game. So like when we get those parts of the book, I really love them. I love like the intensity and the adrenaline and like that kind of aspect, so that's been really fun. And then the romance is really sweet too. The only thing I will say is at the back of the book, the end of, why can't I think of what this is called? The summary. At the end, it says something that I thought I would know by now, if that makes sense. Like, it just kind of hints towards this other element of the book that I haven't gotten, and maybe that's gonna start happening in this like last little bit, but you would think when you're halfway done, you would kind of know all of the big pieces to the puzzle, and I feel like we haven't touched on that yet. So I don't know. Maybe I just haven't gone there. Maybe I'm just misunderstanding what she meant. Not really sure. So that's one thing I'm a little bit like confused about. I don't know, but I'm gonna keep reading. I'm gonna try to finish this. I was gonna finish it today, but I have a workout class at 7 that I forgot about, so I don't have that long. So I'm gonna read, eat, go to workout class, and then hopefully finish this at least by tomorrow. I will catch you guys when I'm reading. Hi, I don't ever talk to you guys in my actual room, so I thought I would switch it up. Also, the dishwasher and the laundry and the oven are like all going right now. I'm going out of town tomorrow and I have to do my laundry and like clean my dishes right before I leave. Like I cannot leave with anything dirty anywhere, so that's all going right now. But I just finished Butcher and Blackbird literally like 20 minutes ago. And sometimes I have to stew in my book. I have to like really think it over. But this one, I don't really need to think it over. I feel like I know kind of what I'm thinking about it. I am gonna rate this book. Oh my gosh, I haven't even thought about what I'm gonna rate it. Hold on. I think I'm gonna give it, I'm stuck between 3.75 and 4. Because 4 feels high, but like 3 feels low. Even 3.5 feels low. I'm gonna go with 4. We're just gonna round up. We're just gonna round up for the sake of rounding up. And I'm gonna give this 4 stars. This book was so good. I loved like the whole idea behind it, like 2 serial killers and like they're doing this little game and like it's really fun. Obviously, it gets a little gory and like gross, but not in a scary way. I'm a scaredy cat. I can't watch, read, listen to anything that's scary, honestly. I like kind of listen to true crime, but not very much. So if I don't think it's scary, then it's definitely not scary. It's more funny. It's definitely like romantic comedy, and you definitely can like see that here. I loved our 2 main characters. I liked all of our side characters. I, again, don't think I really related to anyone in the book, like at all, but I did really enjoy their characters and I loved their relationship. I loved how head over heels he was, like just right from the beginning. I think that's so fun to read. I also loved the kind of like twist at the end, or just like the kind of thing that happened at the end. It was very cool. Did not expect it, to be honest. Like just what happened. If you've read it, you probably know what I'm talking about. So yeah, all in all, really enjoyed it. 4 stars. Definitely would recommend reading this during the spooky season. I don't think you have to. I mean, you could read this any time of the year, but definitely fall spooky season, like this is a good one. There are 2 more books. It's a trilogy, and the next one is about his brother. I don't know if I'm gonna continue the series. I don't plan on it, but maybe. We'll just kind of see. As of right now, like I'm good ending it where I ended it. Let's talk about the 3rd book in this video. So I'm currently listening to The Compound. It's actually my book club book of the month, and I know it's not like a Halloween-y book, but it's kind of spooky. It's kind of giving those vibes. Like it's almost dystopian meets like Love Island. I'm not that far. I'm only 2 chapters in, but keep in mind the first chapter was 30 minutes and the second chapter was 50 minutes. Like I think it's very long chapters, but it's a short book. So far, enjoying it. I do like it. I think it's gonna be interesting to like see where it goes, but if I can be hooked by, you know, the point that I'm in right now, like it's probably gonna go over well because I'm not very far into it and I'm already really enjoying it. So that's the 3rd book of this video. Like I said, I'm going out of town, so I plan on listening to literally the rest of it as I drive home and then when I drive back, because that should be like about the right amount of time to listen to the whole thing. So I'm not sure how many updates I'm gonna be able to give you guys on that book before my final review, or like how much footage I'll have of me listening to it, because I don't have it like hard copy or anything. So I'll catch up with you guys probably tomorrow and hopefully on Saturday as well with like how it's going. Long time no see. I did finish The Compound. I don't have any footage of it. Obviously you didn't see any footage of me reading it because I did it on audio, and I literally listened to it in the car, and like I wasn't gonna film myself in the car listening. But I did finish it, so I'm here to give you guys my thoughts. I know when I started it, I said that I was really excited, you know, like I kind of heard what it was about, but honestly, I was really confused because I always heard that it was like a Hunger Games meets Love Island, and I just like wasn't getting that vibe in the beginning. It just felt like a weird version of Love Island and like reality TV, but then I started to understand like where that kind of comes into play. I'm having such a hard time like putting thoughts together because I'm kind of just like, what did I read? Like that was crazy. I will say I think listening to it on audio was a really smart move. I think that made it a lot more enjoyable because it did feel like I was watching this happen. It felt like I was watching reality TV, but I still wouldn't say I loved it, which I hate because I know a lot of other people have felt that way. At least some of my friends have, and Like, I wanted to really like it. I liked the premise, and I did think there was a lot of hope in the beginning. I did think it was fun in the beginning. I liked like the characters, and like they kind of had to do like funny things, and like there was some drama and like all of that. But the book just takes such a weird turn. It feels like a Black Mirror episode. Like, it just takes such a turn that you're just like not expecting. I think my biggest issues with the book were I did not like the point of view we were in. The girl, I just did not like her character. I did not like the decisions she made. She would just like make decisions that it was just like, why are you doing that? Like, why are you doing that? And she would even say like, she knew that was probably the wrong thing to do, and you're just like, why are you still doing it then? The romance in the book, I don't really understand how they liked each other so much, because I knew nothing about them. Like, I don't know what they knew about each other. It would just be like, oh, we hung out for the past 3 days. Like, and did what? And talked about what? I did not understand why they liked each other. I don't know what our main character, I feel so bad hating on her, but like I don't know what she did that like made him like her. They seemed so different. I also thought we would find out so much more about our characters outside of the compound. Like, I was just under the impression that we would learn about their backstories a little more, and you don't. And like, I kind of understand that, because the whole point of the show is like you can't talk about your life outside of the compound. But they would just give us like really tiny little slivers of things, and I feel like if I understood what life was like outside of the compound, I would have been able to understand why people did what they did, why certain characters, why our female main character like made decisions she made. I just feel like they would hint towards things, but I truly don't know what life would have been like outside of the compound. Like, they never really said it. I also hated the end. Like, I have such a thing about like when books just end, and like I just feel like it just ended. Like, I literally was listening to it and I was like, that's it? Like, I felt like it stopped in the middle of a sentence. I remember listening and I was like, oh, like it started just like saying the credits, and I was like, wait, there's no epilogue, there's no like, that's all we get. I am between like a 2 and a 3. I just don't think it's a 3, and I don't know if it's fully a 2. Like, I kind of want to say 2.5, but even that feels like a little high, so I might go with no, I'm gonna go 2.5. Actually, I'm gonna stick with 2.5. I didn't love it. I think if I was reading it, like if I hadn't listened, I would have stopped. I don't even know if I would have kept reading, even though I probably would have, because it was like my book club book. But I think the listening aspect did help. I think that's why it gets that extra like 0.5, because like that kind of did add to like the theatrics of it. But it's not a book that I'm gonna sit here and tell you to go buy. Like, it was interesting, and like I'm glad that I read it because I was so intrigued by the premise. And I kind of, I think, went into it with low expectations because I just knew people either loved it or like really didn't like it. And so I kind of was expecting it to be a little crazy, maybe not to like it, but it was just interesting. That's like the only word I can use to explain it. It was an interesting book. So that's my review on The Compound. All in all, very successful video. I'm so glad I got to these books. I'm such a mood seasonal reader, and so this was like perfect for me to kind of like read those books that I honestly only want to read in this time period of like October, like just the whole month of October. So I'm really glad I read them. I'm glad that I can move them off of the TBR shelf onto like my regular bookshelf. Let me know if you've read these books, your thoughts. If you haven't, definitely recommend reading them before the month is over, because they're just good for like the season. But with that, I love you guys. I will see you so soon. I hope you're having an amazing day. I hope you're reading an amazing book. If you are, please let me know what it is. I need more recommendations, and I'll see you guys very soon.